How many teams in the NFC are truly better than the 49ers? And I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is a team that just got blown out back-to-back weeks, and they're 4-4. But they've been together a long time, and we saw what they did last year, and we know what their potential is, and we know that they're underperforming. So assuming they can get it all together, how many teams in the NFC truly are better than them?
I think that this is a very intriguing question because when you talk about the play, like the talent that the 49ers have, you could argue that it is amongst the best in the NFC. But when you talk about the real play that comes with that talent, that's where that ranking becomes skewed a little bit. That's where that ranking decreases a bit because the 49ers, like we said, have shown that they have a capacity to beat every team and lose to every team. We've seen it on multiple instances this season. So to me, I think the Eagles right now are better. I think the Dallas Cowboys have the argument to be better. Their record is better. And while, I mean, you got to go with it until they prove you wrong. I think that they have the argument that they're better. And then the third team right now, in my opinion, the Cowboys. And I think the third team right now is probably the Minnesota Vikings. If I'm ranking the 49ers in the NFC right now, it's fourth, I think, behind those three teams. But I do think that there's a very close three-way tie for second with the Cowboys, the Vikings, and the 49ers. Roster-wise, I think the 49ers have both rosters. I think they're better than both rosters. Play-wise, I'm going with those two teams because the Vikings have continuously shown that they can win close games this year. And the Cowboys, well, they're 6-2.
I got a couple more teams to throw out there just to ask. What about Atlanta? What about Atlanta? I mean, they beat the crap out of the Niners. No, the Niners were missing like 8 starters in that game. They were missing like 8 starters. Yeah. What about Chicago? That's so funny about the Niners. It's like you just so confidently say like, yeah, they're the 4th best team. You could argue they're the 2nd best team in the NFC. But then you have some team like Chicago being like, hey, we beat them by like 9 points, which is true. Also, Seattle is interesting. The Niners beat Seattle by a lot. I mean, made it look easy. But it seems like they've improved since then.
To me, that's the intriguing case because the Seattle Seahawks obviously are pretty darn good. And the biggest reason, in my opinion, for their improvement, they're relying on a bunch of young guys. And those young guys are starting to develop. They've got 2 rookie cornerbacks over there in Tariq Woolen and Kobe Bryant, who lead the league in fumbles and interceptions, respectively. They've started to develop. Their left tackle and their right tackle are both rookies. They've started to develop, and now they're the 2 best players on that offensive line. Overall, you see players continuing to develop, and that's why Seattle is dangerous and why I thought that game was a trap game. I don't know if Seattle's going to make the playoffs because you don't know with this type of team, is it able to be sustainable? Are rookies going to play like rookies are playing? Are teams going to adjust when they face the Seattle Seahawks? We haven't seen the adjustment yet. And so, to me, Seattle's a very intriguing team.
They're a well-coached team, and it seems like teams like that often get better as the season goes on. It's a young team, to your point, but like that doesn't matter. Kyle is so bringing it back to Kyle real quick. He's so conservative about playing young guys, and he usually chalks it up to, well, they got to learn my system first and all this stuff. That's true, but I know my Niners history, okay? And the Niners won their first Super Bowl in 1981 with 3 rookies in their backfield, defensive backfield. Okay. All right, this is known. Ronnie Lott was one of them. So this is how Bill Walsh did it. Bill Walsh trusted rookies, played rookies, could get them on the field, and it's something that Pete Carroll does well. He knows his history too. I think Kyle could do it a little bit better. Like, for example, all of a sudden, people were saying Aaron Banks, Talanoa Hufanga. Well, Aaron Banks is a bust. Nah, man, Kyle just doesn't play rookies if he doesn't have to. All of a sudden, he's really good and thinking, man, maybe he could have played last year. I don't know. Maybe he had to redo his entire body.
Kyle did say that Aaron Banks could have played in Week 10 of last year.
That's what I'm saying. And now you're looking at like Jordan Mason. I think he could probably be playing right now. Other guys who could, Danny Gray, we'll never know. I mean, he's a bad fit with Jimmy Garoppolo, but he could be running.
One, but Mason definitely, yeah.
I'd like to see Danny Gray run an end around or a screen. They kept saying he could do more than run deep stuff, and they don't let him do more than run deep stuff.
He ran stuff when he was at SMU. He should run it. That's where he's comfortable.
They made a big deal about it. He's not just a one-trick pony. Okay, and you use him like a one-trick pony. Anyone else? They got Burford.
I mean, we talk about Womack. Womack had action, but
Womack
I think he still has a little bit to develop. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like they shut down Womack after essentially a shutout. They gave up 0 points to the Seattle Seahawks offense, which is a good offense. And they're like, Womack, we didn't like your tempo out there. We didn't like the way you were shutting out the other team. You're out. I was like, okay.
Or it's like, yo, Womack, you know, we had a rookie last year. We didn't want to play the rookie, so we're gonna play the rookie this year. You can play next year though.
Yeah. Anyway, Novin said, not sure if you covered it, but R.I.P. John McVay. Sorry, I missed that one. Yes, he was the general manager of the dynasty. Yes, and from what I heard, Bill Walsh in 1979 wanted to draft Phil Simms. And got beaten to the punch by Parcells. And Bill went into a bit of a depression. And it was either McVay or someone in the organization said, hey, man, there's this kid at Notre Dame that won a bunch of games. He doesn't have a big arm, but maybe in the third round he's worth checking out. And anyway, rest was history, of course. So rest in peace. Grant, are you going live again later today? I don't know, man. I live my life one hour at a time. I haven't decided. Probably not, but then again, you don't know. You don't know. The Niners could someone could happen. I could have an instant reaction to something. Yeah, I'll definitely go live tomorrow. Grant, when you retire, will you return a Niner fan? Nah, I like quality control more than rooting. Quality control is my favorite way to interact with the NFL, and I wish I could do it for more teams because hating on the Rams this week would be so much fun. Oh, it's such a missed opportunity. Just go down and just tell LA how I really feel about that team and having it listen. That'd be so nice. Gavin says, nah, it's a missed opportunity because Kyle didn't have the team ready. Should be challenging for home field with the schedule and supposed talent. That's true, man. They should not be 4-2, and they know it. They should be, 4-4. They should be 6-2 at minimum.
Yeah, they should be 6-2. I agree. Yeah,
6-2. I think I might have missed a couple. Hold on. Sorry to waste your time. Grant, Mr. Reason is complaining about the value of your audio and your Eminem style yelling in the mic. He has offered to buy you a pop mic. Sorry, I'll stop yelling into the mic. I'm going to buy my dad a new mic today, too. He won't yell into it. I yell into it for effect, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. You got to do it
every once in a while.